Hey, hello, welcome to episode 4. This is Deadbeat Son. I'm your host, Trey Lamb. We've been doing it for a month. That's not bad. That's not too bad at all. Little 4 episodes in. I like it. How's it? Thank you to the people who've been listening and watching, commenting, just being a part of it along the way. Um, viewership has declined, but I'm that doesn't matter. It's the beginning. We got a long ways to go. This is just the very beginning. And I know I'm gonna keep doing it. So, eventually, I'll say something funny enough that'll get a clip on Instagram, and I'll say I might have to start saying I might I might have to start saying crazier stuff, so I can clip it out and post it on Instagram and TikTok to bring viewers to the show. So with that said, stuff like that, folks. That's how you do it. I just gotta start saying crazier stuff. I gotta find a gimmick. I think I gotta find a gimmick. Like I should have a wheel, that I spin, and then whatever it lands, the different options are like things I put in my body. I could do like that, like a twister thing, like, Q-tip in between toes. Nothing crazy, just a little family fun. Family friendly fun. Although probably shouldn't show feet on YouTube. I don't know. I think I gotta keep that for me, just in case. In case like I need other sources of income. I'm not saying I have an OnlyFans. I'm saying I want to have the option to. I have been approached though, not by OnlyFans, by grown men on the internet, asking if I have an OnlyFans. And I've been asked specifically for feet pics, actually. Only by men. Interesting enough, women don't really they're not so bold. They have a little more they're a little more reserved online, I've noticed. I mean, they'll just say things like OMG, you're funny. And I'll say, "Hey, thanks a lot." And that'll be the end of it. But the older guys, they're shooting their shots, man, and God bless them. But yeah, they'll be like, "You got an OnlyFans? Let me see them toes." They'll just be like, "Hey, are you are you gay?" And I wonder if I'm gay baiting. I know Billie Eilish got in trouble for that, so I don't want to fall from grace like she did, I'm not trying to pull a Billie Eilish and start queer baiting. That's what it is, gay baiting. Sounds like just a bunch of gays having a very colorful conversation, rainbow colored, if you will. One time in high school, in this French class, there was this kid standing in front of the class, and the teacher was like talking about his shirt, and she asked if anyone had any comments to make about his shirt, and it was like this bright hot pink like polo, and I said what did I call it? I called it flamboyant, which it was. It is. If it's still out there, it is. If there's a shirt like it, it is. I called it flamboyant. And I thought, here's a word that you don't hear a lot. And this was like 9th grade, I think. Dude, the room went dark. Like, not just silent. I mean, it felt like the lights went out. It felt like the blinds, like, I thought I stopped time. Dude, it was so quiet in there when I called this shirt flamboyant. I didn't know what I did. Everyone just like stopped and then kind of looked at me, and then the teacher's in front and then just looks at me and she's like, do you know what that means? I was like, yeah. She's like, what do you think it means? She's asking me this. I'm 14 years old. She asked me this in front of the class. And I go, brightly colored and just eye-catching in your, just very noticeably colorful, bright usually is I kept saying that. And then she goes, okay, but you know what it means, right? And I go, yeah. And I meant it as in, I just told you what it means. Yes, I know what it means. Looking back, she thinks I was making some derogatory, homophobic statement about saying, flamboyant. That's twice now. Teachers have corrected me and been wrong that I can remember vividly. That was one of them because I was not wrong to say that shirt was flamboyant. They're wrong for going like, oh, that's a gay. No, I'm literally saying it is. If you look it up, I'm pretty sure. Actually, I could be wrong. I don't know if it means that, but that's what I thought it meant for sure. I thought it meant like brightly colored, attractive to it. Just attracts your vision. So, I was shamed. I was shamed for it. The other time, a teacher corrected me and tried to stifle my creativity. This was my Biggie Smalls moment. Instead of the teacher saying I would never amount to anything, they corrected. I wrote this story in 4th grade about, it was right around Christmas. I wrote this story in 4th grade about Santa Claus. Here's the catch. I spelled Claus, Claws, as in claws, baby. And I wrote this story about Santa Claus, but he's got claws. I don't remember the rest of the story, but I know that was it. That was my whole thing. And then I turned it in and I got it back. The teacher corrected all the times I wrote claws to the name. And I was like, my God, do you not see you totally missed? How did you miss this? What's the point of the clause in the story? Stifling my creativity, Mr. Sylvester. I was filming this weekend for Chris Red. He's a comedian, SNL guy, and I used to want to be on SNL. But as I've gotten older and have become more self-aware, I realize, oh no, I cannot act. I can't act. I mean, I can. Watch. I'll do it right now. Give me bad news. I'll react to some bad news right now. All right, not too bad, right? Not too shabby. So filmed his sets, got to hang with him. It was really cool, fun hang. Talked to him about social media. He told me I don't know if I can share this. I don't think there's a problem with this. He told me 70% of his fan base, around 70% of his fan base is from SNL. And so like about 30%, so then 30% is like just solely for him. And that's very interesting because and you got to in a way, you got to be careful about how you gain a following or like what you gain a following from, because it's got to be in the thing that you want to do. So you better keep it in the same kind of realm. Like if you, for example, are a comedian or want to be a comedian, but then you start painting murals of POWs from the Vietnam War, and like that blows up on TikTok, and you get like 1 million followers or whatever, and everyone's, oh my God, and then you're like, oh, okay, cool, and then you do more mural stuff of like chihuahuas with their legs all broken, hobbling along, right? Your murals. And then all of a sudden you're like, you post a clip of you doing stand up, you know? I don't know, where they just log in and they just see you standing there on some stage in like, why, Evansville, Wyoming. And you're like, hey, so my girlfriend, man, God, she just, what's with all the, glasses of water? She never finishes a glass of water. And like nobody's laughing. And you just hear the bowling alley in the back behind you, right? Like, that's going to be tough. Hey, hate to break it to you, champ, but that's going to be tough. There's a balance between finding what you're good at and doing what you want to do, right? Like, it's tough because they don't always line up. And that's a scary thought, you know? And I've been thinking about that for a while, because for like years, because when I first start doing stand up, when I first started, you and your friends, the people that you get acquainted with and like go do the open mics with, you're hanging, you're talking comedy, you're so obsessed, and you all want to make it. Everybody wants to make it in comedy. Everyone wants to be a comedian, go on tour, go on the road, this and that. And I remember even back then just looking around like, well, we can't all make it, right? Like, statistically. And I know that's not a good way to think, but I couldn't help it. So I would, and I still think that, even with things, even with videos popping off, which, whatever, doesn't mean a whole lot. You see the views I'm getting on the podcast. And as I get older, I've moved around a little bit, done different scenes. You see how people stop doing it, right? Like you see people, they just find different interests. They start their lives. They have, some of them, have kids. And it's just, it's crazy because like they wanted to do the thing. They wanted to do the same thing, but then it worries me because I can't trust myself. Like because now I'm thinking like, oh, well, am I going to still want to do this in a couple years? Like I think so. I've been doing it for over 8 years and I still want to do it. I'm seeing progress, but yeah, it's interesting to be like, oh, am I interest? Like, when do they stop? Do they stop changing? So much for the funny in this episode, huh? Goodness. I do worry about that. I over worry. I think that's a good quality. I think it's a good quality to worry about things. I mean, sometimes it's too much, and that's no good. But like my mom would always tell me, well, she still does. She's still alive. She tells me like she tells me, don't worry so much. You don't need to worry so much. You always worry, and things always end up working out. And I'm like, yeah, because I worry. Like, yeah, of course it works out. Because I was stressed out about it, and I did what I needed to do to make sure that, my fears didn't become reality, Like, yeah, I always worry. Whoa, it's not, she said, oh, you always worry and it always works out. Those aren't those are cause and effect. I worry, and therefore it works out because I worried and I took the time to do the thing, Anyway, I sound like Andrew Tate. I'd like more feedback on the street roasting. If for those keeping up who watched the last episode, who caught the end there, would love to hear some feedback about the roasting. We did it again this weekend. It was fun. It's a toll, man, I tell you what, because I'm out at the club, the comedy club, not the club, like I'm Usher. I'm not not that kind of club, which really was the only Like that was peak club time. Usher and Black Eyed Peas. When they were that was the time to go to the club, right? I feel like people my age don't even know how to go to the club. You know, they really don't. It doesn't help that, you know, a lot of guys are meek, you know, and self-conscious about their height, you know, which, hey, what are you going to do? I mean, I guess you can wear lifts and then just be afraid all night. People don't go to the club, I feel like, you know? Like I remember seeing well, I mean, I was a kid, but I would see my, you know, mom and aunts get ready. And they would, you know, be getting ready, go to the club. We're going to the club. They would do that. Go to the club, you know, wearing their pink cowboy hats. And, you know, just leave me home alone. They'll just play Halo 3. I would just play Halo 3 and talk to, you know, 35-year-olds from, you know, different states. Man, what a life I lived, huh? That was pretty tight. Had the apartment to myself. I'm 11, 12 years old. My mom was like, she was still partying, man. She was a single mom. She was still partying. Going out to the club. You know, she loved Britney Spears. And I would just get the apartment. I would just plug in Halo 3. Oh, man. Just trash talking with dudes who know way more about life than I do. You know, they would just tell you crazy stuff online, man. Chat rooms are... Dude, R.I.P. to chat rooms. R.I.P. to the chat rooms. You would learn about life, dude. I remember I learned about the shocker, you know? I learned what that was from... that was in a game of Team Deathmatch in Halo 3. Learned what the shocker was. And for those who don't know, I'm not going to do the symbol with my hands, but there's a gesture that you do with your hands where you take a couple fingers away, and then you got like a... Anyway, is that even it? Yeah, anyway. Learned what that was. Learned, actually, mostly sex stuff. A lot of, like, which was not appropriate, but, like, I was asking. I was literally asking for it. I was like, what is this? I'm here. I've heard the rumors. You know, people keep saying, you know, this and that. What's going on here? What's the whole deal with why are fingers such a weird thing? You know, like, what's a blowjob, dude? Oh my God. One time we had this was like a sex ed class in 6th grade. The principal, for some reason, came into the class to answer questions we had about sex. He took the anonymous question box, which, I mean, looking back, imagine picking up the anonymous question box for the sex ed class of 6th graders. 11, 12 years old in sex ed get to ask without any worry. I mean, the absolute cojones on this man. As a comic now, you know, it's hilarious. It's the funniest thing, because you don't know the principal like you know your teacher. Especially elementary school, you're with your teacher, is the same teacher all day. So we were tight with our teacher, but you're not tight with the principal unless you're like going in to talk to him all the time, which, you know, what that wasn't me, you know. I wasn't causing trouble. It blows my mind that he came in to be like, yeah, I'm going to tell these kids answers to their anonymous sex questions. And that's what he did. So he opens the box and he takes out the first thing that he takes out. What is a blowjob? And there's like a couple giggles in the room. And boy, I mean, this man, like, dude, this guy, poor guy, dude, he struggled to try to explain what this was. He was like, he said the word fellatio, which out the gate raises more questions than it answers. Fellatio? Like, what is this? I heard that and I thought Horatio Sands from SNL. Fellatio, and he said it. Well, it's when I remember. I don't remember exactly how it went, but I remember him doing this motion. Well, the with the mouth, and he said that. Ugh. Well, with the mouth. Ugh. And he didn't. I don't. That was the end of it. You know, he didn't continue on after that. He didn't come back. Imagine being like, I mean, how old do you have to be a principal? Like 35, maybe 40, right? Imagine this, you're 40 and you got to go tell a bunch of 12-year-olds. You're not a health teacher. You're just a principal. Ooh. Ooh, the mouth. Ugh, dude, gross, bro. Killed the vibe, dude. I was like, dude, I was trying to get, I was all bricked up in class, dude. Now you bring this bozo in here to tell me about a blowjob. Back then I wanted, at that time when he was talking about blowjobs, I didn't want to be a comedian. I didn't even know I could be. I know I wanted to be like on SNL. I know I wanted a blowjob too. There's a decent little takeaway from this one is like, it's okay to worry. Hey, that's not too shabby, huh? I think worrying is a natural thing, and yeah, you try not to worry about the completely trivial shit, but don't not worry about anything. What? You gotta. That's how you get things done. So worry about the stuff that's you feel is important to you. And by doing that, if you just stay focused on the stuff that's important to you, you won't worry about the stuff that isn't important because you're too busy. Just allow yourself to like stuff. Allow yourself to change, depending on how old you are listening to this. If you're like young, then allow yourself to change. If you're older than me, I mean, I can't give you advice. What the hell am I going to say that you can take from this, really only if you're younger than me, which is I'm 25. I'll be 26 at the end of the month. So if you're younger than that, heed my words. If you're older than me, keep on keeping on, I mean, send me some tips for God's sakes. Jesus, help me out. All right, that's going to do it for today. Thank you so much for watching. For those of you who are sticking around, I really appreciate it. We're this is just the beginning of something. I like it, so I want to keep doing it. So keep watching, keep commenting, sharing it, all that good stuff. Check out YouTube, other clips. Check out my Instagram for stand-up clips. Tickets to the live show at the end of August, 26th and 27th, if you're in Utah or the nearby area. wiseguyscomedy.com for tickets. And yeah, that's going to do it. Thank you guys, and take care.